Alright, I hope this time everything works. Last time, I almost doxed myself like a couple times. Hello, everyone! How's your Sunday morning going? It is Sunday, right? Yeah, it is. I have a schedule, and I forget what day it is. That is okay. Who in this day and age doesn't have dementia? But hello. I actually got on time this time. Mostly thanks to the fact that I didn't schedule this to be as early as I did it before. There's not much point in doing that. When I get up at 11 anyway. But this time, all the previous times I was actually awake by 9 or something like that. And then I would get up, but then I would always have the schedule at 10 instead of 11. Like, because I have to brush my teeth, eat breakfast and everything. It would end up being later anyway. But the main reason why I always scheduled it to be so early was because I assumed, you know, people would probably want to, like, according to the algorithm, apparently, like, 10 a.m. is the best time for me. But I'm not making that, and this is not my full-time job. Good morning. Hello, hello. I don't know, calling you Herman now sounds kind of weird. But hi. Hold on, let me move myself a little further from there. How's your morning going? I wanted to make milk tea for myself this morning, but I did not plan in enough time for that. So that idea is no longer there. This is my first time drawing Zanka, so I might screw him up. And that will be embarrassing, but you guys promise not to tell, right? I will not be reported to the authorities of the Gachiakuta fandom and hung by the toes. I recently woke up and now I'm going to draw too. Oh, nice! We're both gonna draw and chill. I'm scuffing this a little bit. I don't know what I want to draw. What are you gonna draw? I think I'm gonna try to get out of my comfort zone and try to draw something that's like has a little bit more composition. That might not be a good idea to do on stream. You guys are gonna watch me embarrass myself. Never seen this anime you're drawing. Is it something new? Gachiakuta is relatively new, yeah. I think it came out late summer 2025 as an anime. The manga came out way before, obviously, but I don't think a lot of people read it while it was still a manga. And I watched it because a very good friend recommended it to me. I was like, you know what? I don't have anything on my plate right now. It is very nice. I do recommend seeing it. In terms of adaptation, I think it's fine. Some people complain about it. I think, personally, I see no issue. shit. But my page has been full of Gachiakuta fan art, and then I thought, you know what, I have to contribute. I haven't drawn fan art of anything in a long time, so here we go again. It is a little bit hard to draw fan art on any social media because I feel like after that people kind of want to see more of that series from you, and it feels bad not to add anything onto it. I think one of the biggest appeals of Gachiakuta to me, and to many others, I would believe, so, is the fact that it's very OC-able. You know, like some anime series, it's kind of hard to insert like an original character into it without disrupting the main storyline a lot. But I think for this one, it's pretty easy. Like, there's like a lot of potential to think about. I will not be spoiling anything from the series itself. Actually, but I could probably explain the power system. So, basically, as long as you have an object, and you care enough for that object, it will be imbued with a power, basically proportionate to how much you've taken care of it. And it can transform into a weapon or into a better tool for it. It doesn't have to be offensive, it can also be a support type of tool. I love the art style of it, right? It's really cool. While the anime looks really cool too, you see I have like, as an additional reference, I have some of the manga stuff here. The manga, chef's kiss. Amazing. Dude, I am so stuck on what pose I want him to have. I can't draw poses at all, lol, only after searching on Pinterest. That is very real. That is probably how you're supposed to do it too. I am just a stubborn bastard who loves brute forcing his way through. I think maybe this one was probably fine. I just have to fix the arm a little bit. And the legs. Oh, come on. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Recently there was like this whole thing about... Well, there's always a whole thing about anything. About not... You shouldn't use references as an artist, because that means you're cheating. That's not true. I don't know who said that. It's kind of weird that there's always a stigma for certain artists within the art community, as if that makes anyone less of an artist. Especially because some of them only do it as a hobby. You don't have to be good at this to enjoy it. You don't have to be good at anything to enjoy anything. I feel like that is generally a thing nowadays, where people always go, when you post something on the internet, and then for some reason it becomes everyone else's mission to make you the pro at whatever you're doing. It's not always the point. It's nice to just enjoy things. I mean, there's a difference between that and wanting to get better, and then also gatekeeping. There's a bunch of things happening. I was talking about TikTok with some people yesterday, and I kind of realized, as much as I say that a reason why I deleted TikTok is because I really didn't like their short video format, I still watch short videos on YouTube and on Instagram. But the main difference is, I think, that I don't open any other app and feel as much of this feeling of dread as when I look at TikTok comments. It is incredible. There are so many good artists on TikTok who are completely underrated. It's true. It's that even? Yeah. It's really hard because I think people always correlate numbers with how good an artist is, and that is just not true. Because numbers is mostly just a thing of marketing and social media knowledge. Just because you're bad at that doesn't mean you're a bad artist, but I think it gets to some people. And even if you have the skill of, you know, navigating social media, it doesn't necessarily also mean that you will have the luck that the algorithm will pick you up. Always depends. When TikTok comments started adding pictures, it became a nightmare. It was already a nightmare before, I will argue that. It was already a nightmare before. It's just a lot of ignorance in there, you know. And I feel like saying that makes me sound like a party pooper, like, oh, the children of today, but I'm so serious. Sometimes I go into that app and I wonder how we function as a humanity as a whole. But before, people at least wrote interesting insults, now they throw random photos. It mostly that only upsets me when it's about a very serious topic and you'll see some child throwing in photos. I don't necessarily blame the children. I think it is fine for children to imitate what they see, but it's the adults who also do this and who just don't take anything seriously anymore. I think that's my problem. There are a lot of serious things that should be addressed with a certain, you know, like care and deliberate wording, and many people just say something like, it is not that deep. It is not that deep is a phrase that does upset me a lot. It has proper usage, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it really isn't that deep. But it's used so often on things that are very much, you know, like let me give you an extreme example. Like a huge accident happened, everyone's sad, and then someone comes in and is like, it's not that serious, guys. Huh? And then when you call them out on it, and then they say it's just a joke. I was just kidding. Dude. Basically, yeah. Something like that. And then they'll go something like, "Oh, I was just joking. You don't have humor. I don't think it is currently appropriate to have that humor. There is a time and place." And then people will always go for the most extreme, like, most possibly extreme reaction to anything. And it's like, "Oh, you don't like this? That means that you're this and that." Guys, sometimes that is not that serious. Sometimes maybe let's slow down a little bit and assess. I mean, it is also worrying to me that a lot of children just don't like reading. I will sound like an absolute nerd. I will take that risk. You should be able to read. Go read a book. Go read an article. News, anything. I feel like that will get "it's not that serious" accusations thrown at me, but it is. That one, I will defend with my life. I'm used to seeing this on the Eastern European TikTok, but when I started seeing it on Western side, I was shocked. The literacy thing? 'Cause yeah. That one, I'm also... Hold on. Possible ban evader. How do I block you? Ah, like this. There we go. I mean, it already started. I remember, so this is the part where it gets not serious. This happened back when Genshin had a lot of skills, right? Okay, yeah, it's Genshin, I know. Very light topic, but a lot of people wouldn't understand the abilities and stuff like that, and sometimes it was understandable because it was complicated. Sometimes people just started like asking for simplifications of things that really didn't seem very complicated to me. It's just that the descriptions were long and people didn't want to bother with it. And I think that was before AI became a huge thing, right? But with AI, I think that's a big reason why it's so popular. People don't want to use their brains anymore. And that's not good. Having to explain to grown adults why thinking with your own brain is important is genuinely mind-boggling. Remember how any opinion in Genshin was immediately met with threats and insults? Oh yeah, absolutely. Hold on, I'm too locked in. People don't want to think more deeply about things. People want stimulation. That's all there is. But black humor also just doesn't sit with me well. There's always people saying, "Oh, I can't say that. I can say this. You are just too sensitive about things." I like dark humor as well sometimes, but there is a time and place. Or when you write a short post and in the comments there appears a person who writes DNR. What does DNR mean again? And then insults? Yeah. It's always the slurs that just come hurling towards your direction whenever you say something remotely wrong. Do not read. Oh, yeah. Too long didn't read. And it's 3 sentences. In the beginning, I used to think that that was just me overreacting because I like reading, and I thought it's fine if people don't like reading. Not everyone has to like the same thing, but there's a difference between that and being straight up illiterate. There's a stark difference. And I think by not wanting to read, right, you kind of fall into this trap where you just become incapable of reading properly. And people like joking about that, but it... I would say correct me if I'm wrong, but I know I'm not. It's pretty serious. You have a lot of adults who can't read. I have trouble reading because of concentration issues, but if you're leaving a comment, why not at least understand what you're writing about? Yeah, like having dyslexia, having ADHD, whatever makes it hard to read, there is a difference between that and being completely, like, not because you're not able to, but because you don't want to, and then you lose the ability to do that. And a lot of people, it's not even just reading in that case. A lot of people don't bother to finish watching a video to the end for context on something, and then ask questions about something that was already answered because they didn't watch it to the end. There's always a difference. I'm always saying that, but there's always a difference between that, being stupid. Being stupid is fine. Being ignorant is not. Being ignorant just means that there's like information that you could have had, you just chose not to take it in. Knowledge is power. Even in the age of AI. Especially in the age of AI, actually. And it's shocking. Oh, oops. It's kind of hard to talk about this without talking about it in general instead of using a specific example, right? Because things do always depend, but everyone and their mom thinks they're a lawyer nowadays. Streamers who watch a video exposing someone without getting to the proof part and turn off the video because it's boring or infuriating. Right. It's the rage baiting, and I don't like the word rage baiting because a lot of people use that as an excuse to pretend like they knew something when they didn't, and now they're just committing to the bit of making you angry just for the sake of it. I don't understand. Why are we making each other miserable? I would love to friend Max. Is it so bad that I trusted someone to tell me what they actually thought? I don't understand what the joke of rage baiting is. And you know, if that makes me a victim of rage baiting, then that is fine. And there's also always this... how do I say it? People really just hanging themselves onto the opinion of someone else. I do not like putting people on a pedestal. There is a this is a phrase I will use a lot. Like, you should know when... like, what kind of fan you are to this idol. I'm not saying it's not okay to like any celebrity, but you can form your opinion separately from the people you like, surely. Yeah. The whole, is this your first day on the internet? Don't piss me off. Why are we... like, how is it fun to... I never understood this, even when I was younger and people said trolling was really fun. How is trolling fun when nobody's having fun except for you? It's just people without a lot of empathy, in my opinion. I just want to have a good time and not bump into people who annoy me, right? Why is that such a big thing now? I can't actually tell if it annoys me more when the person actually intends to rage bait me, or when the person doesn't even mean to. Because sometimes, yeah, it is just complete ignorance, and then somehow you're the one who's overreacting. It's a lot of... so people... there's always this like difference between people who say you're overreacting, people who say they're not overreacting, and then it starts to go veer off into very extreme examples. But we could just have a mature discussion. What happened to that? What happened to trying to be civil? What happened to that? Or people not being able to see, not being able to tell what the severity of what is. And there's always this question of, what do we think? What is our opinion? We can have our own opinions? Never thought about that. Like, forming your own opinions is very important, and being able to differentiate between opinion and fact, and what is a little bit too extreme to just be an opinion. What happened to that? Yeah. It's always on TikTok. I know people shit on Twitter a lot. I shit on Twitter a lot. But people on Twitter, at least they do partially know what they're talking about. And they are using, like, argumentative phrases, you know? On TikTok, I don't know what's going on there. It's like half of the time people are just taking someone else's words for granted. Like, not trying to get the full context. It was a chat at our school where this guy insulted people for their appearance, cursed them out for half an hour, told them to, and a lot of other stuff. When I told the admin about it, he said, "You're just falling for the trolling." I don't understand what the point of trolling is. I will just say it out loud. I don't get it. And I do understand that you're not supposed to get upset at it because it, like, encourages people to do it more. But that doesn't mean that you're in the wrong. I feel like people misconstrue the ignore the bullies into you should ignore the bullies, otherwise you are stupid. That's not the point of it. It's more so that people who are doing it don't do it anymore. Because they're not getting what they want. But since when has it been more respected to piss someone off than to be pissed off at someone? Since when has that been considered, you know, the norm? Wampa, hello! Yes, it's Zanka time. We're Zankaing all over the place, and we're talking about literacy. How are you doing on this Sunday morning, Wampa? What's up, what's up? What have you been up to? Hello, I have yet to leave my bed, lol. Valid, it's a Sunday. Before I started streaming, my Sundays were also very lazy. But I'm glad, you know, speaking on the previous topic, that I have people in my community who are actually sensible people. It's nice. I wish we could all be nicer to, like, one another, especially in these times. I don't understand, like, it is miserably enough. You don't need to add on to that. And it's just nice to do things for each other. And there's always gonna be people who say, well, why are you doing nice things for someone else when you know that they can't repay you with it? Because it's nice. It's a nice thing to do. Is that so hard to believe? It's nice to do good things for one another and see how other people are happy. Love Gachiart. If I draw my face, it would look gender meant due to my art style. Dude, look at this face. He's also getting gender bent. But your art style is lovely, Wampa. I do like it. Did you get your verification on Bijan yet? But a lot of Gachiakuta fan art that I see it's so cool. All the artists in this fandom are really, really cool. Yes, I did. Nice! Congratulations! but. I'm currently applying. And I'm hoping that I do get in. So I can share some codes with people who need it. Did you read the manga first, or did you watch the anime of Gachiakuta? Oops. Read manga first and then the anime? Nice. The manga does look really nice. I want to purchase some at my local bookstore. Man, I do miss the manga conventions and like it's not really conventions, it's just a mall. When I was in China. Everyone looked really amazing. I got a friend of mine to pre-order 2 of the upcoming animate merch of Gachi, getting the Rudo standee and keychain. Nice! Rudo's design is really, really cool. I would argue he's probably my favorite one design-wise out of everyone, which makes sense. He's a protagonist, but it doesn't apply for every series that I've ever watched. I genuinely think it's just, like, from the colors to the shapes. Very nice. I love Rudo, gotta protect. For real, for real. I really like his design and his personality, like, contrasting in a way. He does look like a very wild child. I don't know how I want him to hold his stick. His stick is so huge, it has the same problem as my main Sona. Where you don't really know what you're supposed to do with it. In the middle of everything else. In the future, but this will probably happen off stream because I'm a little embarrassed, I want to learn a bit more about composition and more extreme poses. Because, like, I see Asian artists, not even Asian artists, like a lot of people with really cool composition ideas, but there's something, does this make sense? When you see a piece of art and just based off of the composition and the colors, you can tell if it was more of a Western influence at the very least or an Asian influence. I also want to do more complicated poses, can't even do normal ones properly yet, I totally get it. Right, yeah, because like even if you have all the anatomy down, when it comes to being able to manipulate the anatomy to the point where sometimes it does go into unrealistic, quote-unquote, positions, but then you need to learn how to make that look good while breaking the rules. I'm about to enter college soon and I still don't understand anything about composition. It's hard as hell. Yeah, like all the people always do say, and I know the basics of it, you know, like shape language, using shapes in your composition, but that's so much easier said than done. I respect people who can, you know, off the bat just do one. I can't. Same with poses, like whatever looks good in real life, you have to translate it over to a canvas, and to your own art style as well. Okay, time to actually leave my bed, I'll be lurking. Okay. Have a fun lurk. I respect people who can draw background. Ooh! Ooh! Don't talk about that. Oh, backgrounds are a nightmare. And especially characters in backgrounds. Backgrounds? One thing. Backgrounds with characters interacting with the background? Jesus Christ. Don't get me started. I cannot do that. And also, animators are a whole other kind of beasts. Absolute beasts. I don't know how. I don't understand it at all. When people shit on certain types of animation, I feel like a lot of people don't understand that combat animation is not even as hard as like weight animation. How to convey the weight of something into animation so smoothly that people don't even really realize. I once tried to make animations terribly difficult. Yeah, keyframing, timing, god, it's really complicated. I feel really bad because I commissioned some voice lines for an OC and I've been animating him, but opening those files really scares me. I want to do the voice actor justice because he did really, really well. Commissioning a voice actor for your OC is generally just a really, I guess, humbling experience. It feels really unreal to hear your character speaking. It's like making them more real. Maybe I should have drawn the whole build first. The character designs in Gachiakuta are really, really cool. even outside of the art style. Your sketch is so clean, is it though? Thank you. I just do what feels right. But I go ahead and I erase a lot of things while I'm working on it. My god. But I think my sketches have always been relatively clean, but it's important to have a little bit of messiness in your sketches, you know? The first take. Maybe his staff would look better if I just put it straight up. This one interacts too much with the rest of it. I want to make him a little bit more expressive. Hold on. Do I make him smile or do I make him miserable? That's the question. Oh, my Tetrio gameplay. I do think Zanka is probably one of the most popular characters because of his relatability. If you watch Gachiakuta, there's like... I feel he is a very realistic character, hits very hard. Probably to a lot of artists especially, he just hits close to home. I was locked into him. Oh my goodness. Drawing a half body is actually very out of my element. I am like a fish out of water right now. I'm gonna drink something. Oh shit. I'm really excited for... I don't know what next game I want to play. Because there's not a lot of games that I actually want to play on stream, I think. I don't know if you guys saw the Tomodachi Life Direct. I am very excited for that game. The second one. I never actually got to play the first one. because I never had a Nintendo DS, a Nintendo 3DS. But I'm very excited. Because I have adult money now. Adult money which I will spend wisely on my favorite games, marketed towards children. Though I do think the marketed towards children part isn't that accurate with like a lot of the new games, or at least I feel like that. Yeah, I mostly want to play it because I actually do own a Nintendo Switch. Man, when I now have a PC, fortunately, otherwise I don't think I would be able to stream. But on my MacBook, even Doki Doki Literature Club would burn my PC up so hard. Not my PC, my laptop. But I don't understand why. Was it because I wasn't taking care of it properly? Biggest mistake I made was playing the Diabolic Lovers. I never understood how this could be taken seriously. A lot of novels, a lot of visual novels are very hit or miss. It depends. Diabolic Lovers, I never played the game, but I watched the anime. I have to say the voice actors carried that one on their backs. Because I think I would have just started laughing in a studio. It's just choose your favorite abuser. And it's a really common thing with a lot of old Japanese stories. And I mean, I would say that it's a Japanese thing, but it isn't even really. Like I remember when I was younger and out of curiosity, I read some Wattpad fanfictions. What was happening in those? What was going on? I would be so confused every time. I don't know what the obsession is with like, okay, I get obsessiveness. I do not quite understand why it gets to the point where you want any of these characters to treat you that horribly and to pretend like it's very romantic. It's true though. It's true though. You're right. Otome voice actors, strongest soldiers on this godforsaken earth. I don't understand how they can do that. I would have died a couple times. Because you stand in that studio, and it's one thing to read that when you're alone, right? But that was during the time where I don't know if they still do that this way. You don't get left alone. You're just your director, the sound engineers. They're all there. They're in the room. Hi, Petch. In the game, they also made it so that the sound will be in one of the headphones when the character is close. It is really bad when you're wearing headphones. Good morning, Petch. We're talking about diabolic lovers. like it's... I know nowadays, from what I've heard from some voice actors, is that they don't do it this way anymore, where you are left alone in the studio for a little while. You can just do what you want. But some of them said somehow this is worse, but I think that's just because they're conditioned to the fact that there is always someone else present. But dear God. Strong as soldiers. Strong as soldiers. It does pay well, so... At least they're getting something out of it. I think from what I heard, the best paying ones are from the best to the worst. It's, I think, games, CDs, and then anime. Anime is the worst paying one. That's why voice actors are always so happy when they get to land a role in a gacha game, because it pays really well. I couldn't even read these lines in my head. I can't imagine what it's like for the actors. Exposure therapy. It's exposure therapy. Because the more you read it, you know, like desensitizing yourself to it. But I think listening to yourself afterwards is probably the worst part. As long as you're currently reading it, you can lobotomize yourself and just pretend you can really immerse yourself. That's a skill. I do admire them for being able to do that. But then having to listen back to it is... I know that they hate it. I've seen them hate it. There's one... I don't know if you know Honkai Stario, the voice actor of Danheng. He has been in like BL stuff, and he, when asked like, do you not feel embarrassed in the studio, he kind of just said, you know what, it's just work. When you think of it as just work, things get a lot easier to digest. Oh, they were paid well, I'm sure. Like, a lot of them are very big name ones too. But it does always get worse. Like, the more you get into it, the more you think, surely, this is the lowest we've gone, right? No. They also voice anime later, some of them. I think, yeah, most of them reprise their roles. The anime is somehow even worse. The anime somehow made things even worse, because now you have visualizations of everything. Goodness gracious. I feel like the funniest part is, you know, it's fine to enjoy Diabolic Lovers. It's fine, I will not judge you. There is nothing in that game that will make me feel like you are less of a person if I talk to you and I find out you like it. But it's really funny to me that a lot of the Diabolic Lovers fans, especially after growing up, are just like, yeah, I like this game, but I also understand that there are some things that you just should not show to, like, other people in it. At least the games has just sprites and you have different games with different characters. Imagine what it's like in anime. I saw the anime first. I never watched it, but I saw clip compilations of it. This hand is going to piss me off. Hold the phone. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I give up. This might be a little bit too outside of my zone. Or you guys will just have to watch me struggle with this hand for the next hour. Oh my god, I could have just done this and it would have made my life a lot easier, I think. Sometimes I do wonder, you know, like animators for more explicit things or embarrassing things, I guess. How do they feel about animating it? Because I mean, at least in voice acting, once you're through with the line, you're through with the line. Animators, God bless their hearts. Maybe they did enjoy it. I hope they at least enjoyed the process. The game's plot is incredibly strange. Have you even heard it? I still don't understand how someone thought about it. The only things that I know about Diabolic Lovers is that vampires and I think brother and sister relationships? Question mark? I don't know. I don't think I want to know it. I think I'm good. I think I'm better off not knowing about it. It's hard to explain without risking a ban. No, exactly, yeah. You can feel me tiptoeing about it. We all know what it is. You know what it is. I know what it is. We're just not gonna talk about it. We're just gonna leave it there in the box of Pandora. Maybe I give up on the hand. No, that does not look good. I've been struggling with it for the past half an hour, I think. And I think I'm good. I think that's where I leave it. Man, imagine if we got banned regardless. Just talking about diabolic lovers gets us banned off of this website. I was like, god damn it. I am happy with my progress on this so far, though. Please do not tangent. There we go. I remember watching a Russian streamer who was going through a route on stream. I'm surprised everything's fine with his account. Maybe there's a Diabolic Lovers fan on the Twitch team. We just don't know. You never know what's going on in other people's homes. I remember, I think I've told this story before, about my biology teacher, who wasn't even really my biology teacher, he was a substitute. He just moved to Korea one day and married, he had a husband in Korea, which I didn't know was possible. And I just... well, I guess, sure, I just didn't expect it. He could be messing with us, but, like, I distinctly remember. He got really annoyed at us one day, and he said, "Guys, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm gonna move away." And then we all thought he was joking. He was not joking. He just went off to Asia. And he married. He got married. The guy was insane. I don't know why he did that. You know, I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle. Like, no matter how much he did annoy me before that, I gotta respect the balls. To stick to your words and just move away. Well, I didn't think we were that annoying. Apparently, I guess there is a difference in opinion about that one. A man said, a man did. It's true. He stuck to his words. I gotta respect that. Like, he sent us a postcard later on. And then the postcard just said, like, was a photo of him and his husband. And he said, as much as I hate you, Brad, you brought me together with the love of my life. And we were like, he's in Korea? Because there were, like, the Korean flags behind it. What? It was a letter from Korea. Addressed at our class. And I think that was the only time we were all that quiet for that long. Like, my class wasn't known to be the most quiet one. Let's say that. Let's put it that way, yeah. Bro, I can't believe we annoyed a teacher to the point where you would just, like, go off and start a family somewhere over the ocean. I didn't know we could do that. I don't think any of us thought we could do that. His husband. Yeah. It was a guy. And he now has a husband. Where is my gameplay? There we go. There's my key jingling. His husband. Slight tangent. My audio is okay, right? Last time I noticed a little bit too late that my music wasn't loud enough. To the point where it sounded like the music was muted. It's all good. Okay, thank you. But, I mean, we knew that the guy was a BTS fan and he was a Pokemon fan too. We just didn't expect, you know, this extreme of a reaction to getting pissed off by our class. We did piss off a couple teachers, I think. Sound okay. Thank you. Thank you, dude. A lot of my, to be fair, a lot of my classmates also didn't like a lot of the teachers that we had. To which I say some of those choices are valid. Some of them I think people are just picking and choosing. He got very pissed. Bro packed his luggage on the same day. Like, he didn't come to school the next day. It was insane. Like, he was gone the next day, bro. He quit. And we all thought, you know, okay, well, that's a little extreme. We did not know that was not the end of it. We didn't know that was not the end of it. He said, nah, I'm not done with you guys yet. You're in for a treat. There was also one time where we pissed off our, like, history teacher. So imagine we're class 1-1, right? And we have like 1-1, 1-2, and 1-3. And our teacher got really pissed at us one day. And just said, I hate you 1-3. And in unison, everyone at the same time said, we're 1-1. Bro, I think that destroyed him because our class we never got along with each other. There were always cliques of 3 people, and nobody of us really fucked with each other. That's how you know if, as a teacher, we are together, we band together against you, you're completely cooked. But next time someone says they made a teacher so angry that they were sent to the principal, you'll have something to say. Man, he never even sent us to the principal. It was really funny. I got sent to the principal once in my life. I was always a really diligent student, so usually that would never happen to me. But on that day, the bell that would usually ring when our break time was over didn't ring. And so I got trapped in the playground with the others, and we only got back a little bit later than we should have been. But I think we got back to class literally half a minute after it started. And even now, I don't think it's valid to send a child to the principal's office, not to mention 7 children to the principal because they missed like 30 seconds of your class. I think that's just a slight bit of a reach. I was sent to the principal only because they were planning to send me abroad under some UU program. Oh, what's it called again? Oh, I forgot. Erasmus. Green Deal? I thought it was Erasmus. That was like the European deal that I remember. I'm all locked in again on coloring. Our teachers always tried to promote Erasmus to us, but because it was EU only, I wasn't that interested. I wanted to go to Asia. They didn't let me. And then my other option would have been England. I forgot why I didn't choose England. There was a reason. We had Austrian, Estonians, and Finns participating, and I just got there by accident. Oh, did you end up participating in it, though? Because I never did. I kind of regret that. Maybe I should have. Oh well. Music broke? Oh, yeah, sometimes it breaks, and I'm not sure why it does that. I've tried figuring it out, I just don't understand why. But thank you for telling me. It's very important. I feel like without music, the stream gets a lot blander when I'm not talking. One time I did crash out a little bit because I went back to check my stream and I realized during one of my peak streams that my noise suppression wasn't working and you could hear me breathing down the mic. Like, it sounded like I was up, like, in your neck. That was horrible. I might be able to finish coloring this sketch today, and then I might work on it off stream. Or I might continue drawing it next time. I have so much I want to draw, but exam season's around the corner, and it will drag me to hell. Everything was handled very strangely there. The Ukrainian school was invited by the Finns, and my participation wasn't really in the plan. You were just there. You were in like a final addition to the roster of NPCs. But did you have fun though? That's the most important part. I miscommunicated with myself down there a little bit. Holy shit. 1 second. There we go. It's like nothing ever happened. I was at all the meetings, and then the leader wrote a girl from my group like, please ask her who she... Wait, that's funny! They actually didn't account for you. But I mean, you were there on an actual program, right? They just forgot about you, or something like that. That's really funny. It reminds me of like one time when I was very young, around 6 years old or something. There was it's like a, what's it called? It's like IKEA basically, but in Germany. And my parents left me at the children, like the kiddie land there, and you could organize birthday parties there. And while I was there, it was just like a coincidence that someone else was having a party over there, and I saw the parade and I just walked in with them. And when I sat down, nobody said anything until they handed out cake, and obviously there wasn't enough. And then one of them turned around and was like, "Who the hell are you?" to me. Unfortunately, I didn't go to Austria during Mobility Week, but because I attended all the online meetings, they agreed to slightly change the program and invite an Ukrainian student to Finland. Wait, so originally the plan was to send you to Austria? And do the same. I mean, I didn't know it wasn't meant for me. I thought we were all friends. We weren't. I didn't know those people. Austria is very cool. I was there twice in my life. I think, yeah. According to the plan, Estonians and Finns were going to Austria for a week to continue working there with Austrian students. Oh. So they just kind of plopped you off and they didn't tell them, apparently. So, like, someone forgot to say something to someone. So they just plopped you off with the Ukrainian group. Didn't say anything, left. And they were kind of like, they're your problem now. But I was in a group with an Austrian who did everything for me, and others talked about their progress in work. It was sweet. Aw. Hello, Hannah. Good morning. How's your Sunday morning going? Are you playing Overwatch? Not yet. But it's nice that other people like took care of you. Even if the organizers, I guess that's on the organizers for not having properly informed everyone that you were coming. What are we talking about? Herman had an exchange program, which I thought was Erasmus. It's not Erasmus apparently. And their plan, like their school changed plans and dropped them off at a different country than they were originally intended to be. So they just landed in, where was it again? In Finland. And everyone was confused why they were there. Them, indeed. Hannah, did you ever go to an exchange program? I did Japan, if you remember. Oh, true. That was an was that an that's not an exchange program though. That is just like a separate thing. I haven't been to Finland yet this spring. Oh. I went twice. Twice? I thought you only went once. Oh, I've been a fake friend all this time. I thought you only went once. I thought you only went for like the work thing. I didn't know you went before already. No wonder your Japanese so good. Bro did not listen to me ever. Okay, well, in my defense, I was the biggest impression I had of you in Japan was only about you working in Japan. Hear me out on that. So you originally wanted to go somewhere else? Yeah. Wait, was it even up to you where you wanted to go? Or was it just that your school decided for you? I thought Erasmus was a uni thing? No, it's not. We already had it back in middle school, I'm pretty sure. And the fall there was a mobility week where they went to Austria, which unfortunately I didn't get to go to, but holy shit. But where they sent the children is up to the organizers. Oh, regardless of what, huh? Hi, Jan! Hello. Why are you all pink? You're all pink. I can't tell who is who. You're all pink. The high school thing also? Yeah, I remember that. You're all pink! There are like 4 people talking and you're all pink. And 2 of you start with an H. You're asking too much of me. Pink is just the best color. Okay, well, I guess me and this drawing are alone in the blue gang. W color? You're talking about it like aura farming. Get out! The colors are the colors they're aura farming now. I don't even know what I'm saying. I wanna try a sort of shading. If I mess this up, I'm ending stream. You guys will never see anything. If I mess up on how to do this. Actually, what happened in the doxing stream? My Outlook suddenly wanted me to enter my, like, password for my email address. And it flashed my full private email address all across the stream, so I will probably get rid of that on my iPad. I turned on airplane mode this time, so that doesn't happen. And then in the beginning of the stream, there was also like my neighbor had a package addressed to them, and my package arrived with theirs, and the postman asked me if I could just give it to them, but while he was asking me that, he said their full name out loud, and I didn't switch off of my talking stream, and I didn't mute. That shit looks gas. Thank you! Sad I wasn't there. Oh god, why did I miss? No. I didn't get doxxed by anyone else. My postman doxxed me on accident. Like, full address, full name, full everything. I was like, oh, well, that cannot remain on. That we have to get rid of that one, unfortunately. Not new information, but still would have been funny. You can't say that. I almost got doxxed. How dare you? My friends want my downfall. It is incredible. Be careful who you call your friends, for real, for real. First doxing, how exciting. And it's not even someone else. Even at least, you know, if it was someone else, it could have been kind of cool, I guess. Am I doing this wrong? I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Hold on. I feel like I'm... Oh my god, I do not remember how the person did it. I love their earrings. Yeah, I mean, in general, Gachiakuta designs are really cool. What are you trying to do? There's like this shading method that someone did on Twitter that I really want to be able to mimic. But I'm not quite sure how they did it. Like, I'm very confused. I think I'm getting there. I think. Maybe. Got that drip. It's for real. I mean, honestly, it wasn't that bad of a dox. I think it was only for a frame until I clicked it off, and I'm not even sure if the postman picked up on the audio, but I had to throw the whole stream away. That was not... I couldn't leave that up. If it was just me, maybe it would have been fine, but it was also my neighbor. And I was thinking, well, let's not risk that. I think maybe this is the way, question mark. Children, always try out new methods on stream so you can embarrass yourself in front of others. My mom sent me a teacup and it's just huge. I also have a huge teacup on my desk right now. It is massive. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I am so confused. Oh, maybe, hold on. No. Maybe if we... Are you supposed to lower the... No. I'm so confused. I like cups that are the size of a bowl. I like bowls that are the size of a cup. We are not the same. Hold on. Low-key, high-key, bigger? Low-key, high-key. So you mid-key. You mid-key. Hold on. Is it because the dark part of the overlay isn't dark enough? But this doesn't really seem like shading. It's not that small. You live in Alice's dream world. That's what's going on. Ah, shit. Oh, did I tell you that I moved? I think you mentioned it before, but you never said that you finally did. Congratulations. I hope your new place is nice. How's it so far? Living alone? Well, it's still a shared apartment, just my own room, but it's great. That's nice. I mean, having independence one way or another is just nice. I might move out near the end of this year as well. I got a table now? Nice! A table or a desk? There's a small difference in that. Wait, where are you gonna move to? Stay in the same city? Seems not affordable. I have a plan. I can tell that to you later, but that is a secret. I will not say it on stream. But something that I might be able to share with most people is that I might move to Asia later in life. So when my stream schedule starts to go absolutely haywire, you know why that happened. You will already have known about my secrets. Wait, where in Asia? Either Singapore or China. I will see. I think I'll leave it like this for today, maybe. And I'll worry about the shading when I'm alone. Yeah. Alright. Nothing is affordable now. It's true. But I think this is where I will leave it for now. Now I'll come back to it next week. I actually had a schedule this week. Are you guys proud of me? You guys should be proud of me. Alright. And with this, I think I will probably log off and work on some things. We are proud. Thank you! Alright. Well, that is that for today. We are proud. Thank you! Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Herman. It was very nice talking to you guys. It was very fun. I always do wish I could make my streams a little longer, but right now, busy times. Alright. Until next time, I will post my schedule on Twitter, and this time I will not forget to send it on Discord as well. And goodbye. Thank you for joining. Bye bye.